Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Let us now start with practice questions. As we have done a lot of theory today, let us start doing some questions in which you will be able to decide where to draw bar graph, where to draw histogram, where to draw double bar graph, when to use a pictograph, and how we are actually making it. So in case you are not drawing them yourself and independently, it is not going to help. So we are going to discuss one by one practice questions. So here is your first question, this one. So we have to answer this. So in this, the first question that they are asking is, for which of these would you use a histogram to show the data? That means out of these four, which is the one for which you will be using histogram? Now, just now we discussed histogram, and what we learned is that histogram would be always used for the data that can be divided into class intervals like 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 10 to 15, like this. So if we are able to make the classes, definitely we will be using histogram for it. So if we see the first option, the number of letters for different areas in postman bags. So there is a postman and he has his bag and he has number of letters, okay, different areas. So can you just divide this the letters or the different areas into categories? We can't divide it. We can't actually make class intervals, right? So we can't use histogram for the first one. The second one is height of competitors in an athletics meet. So yes, height, according to height, the competitors can be divided. Height can be divided in class intervals, like as we have just discussed a question on height. As you could see here, just to see this one here, height is given, different heights are given, and of different number of girls are presented here. So similar way we can show height of competitors in an athletics meet. So yes, in B part we will use histogram. Then C part, the number of cassettes produced by 5 companies. So can you divide, like 5 different companies are there and there are number of cassettes. So can we divide them into the class intervals? No, we can't divide them. Number of cassettes, so we can do what? Number of cassettes on one axis and company name on another axis. We can use bar graph for it, but not histogram because we can't make class interval in this. The next one is D part, the number of passengers boarding trains from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at a station. Yes, we can have different time interval like 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, like this, and we can write the number of passengers. After dividing that group classes, we can write the number of students, number of passengers in front they would be boarding the train. Clear? So yes, in B part and D part we will use histogram. Right? And the reason that you are going to write is, what is the reason that we are going to write? Because we can form class intervals. Right? What we can do? We can form class intervals in these two parts. Other than that, in other two parts, A and C, we are unable to form the class intervals, so we can't, use histogram in that. So a very simple question, but a thing or a question that makes you focus on histogram main property, that it uses class intervals. Clear? Let us go to the next question now. Here is another question, and it says, the shoppers who come to a departmental store are marked as men. Capital M would be representing men. Women, that is capital W, it is representing. Boy, capital B, and girl, capital G. Right? So this is how the shoppers who come to the departmental store are marked. The following list gives the shopper who came during the first hour in the morning. So in the first hour of the morning, when he opened the shop or the store, these are the students he marked like W. Though the first 3 were women, then the next one was girl. So he has just written like this. Now we have to make a frequency distribution table using tally marks, and then we have to use a bar graph to show the information. So yes, we are going to see, this data is written in the theoretical way, like just capital letters are written, and it is really time consuming for us if we count the number of one by one number of women and men and girl and boys. So what we will do is, we will do a frequency distribution table. We'll make it. So drawing it out here, so we'll form a table, right? And what we will write in that, we will write the four categories that we have, tally marks, and we will write the frequency here. So here we will write what? Yes, the person. That means it can be men, it can be women, it can be girl, it can be boy. Right? These are the four persons that have visited. Here we will write tally marks, and here we will write frequency. So if we see here, you can notice men. Let us count men, and I'm using different colors for all. So for men, just to see how many we have, this is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, then here 5, 6, 7. Right? We can again consider it. Here we have first, second, third, then fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Right? In the second line we have 8, then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So how many do we have? 15. So we will mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Clear? The next one comes the turn of women. How many women do we have? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Right? So total how many? 27 we have. So 27, and we are going to mark, and we are going to use tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Clear? The next one is that we have in the category that is of girls. For girls, let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then we have 7, then we have 8, then we have 9, then we have 10, then we have 11 and 12. So there are 12 girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then comes the number of boys. So for boys we have 1, then 1, then 2, 3, and then here we have 4, then we have 5. So there are 5. So how many boys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the number of boys that we have. So if we pay attention, we see that this is left, right? This W is left. That means there are not 27. There are 28 women that have visited this store. So like this, no number should be left. No information should be missing. So we have to definitely count it carefully, and then we can form the table, right? So we have formed it 15 for men, 28 for women, 12 are girls, and 5 are boys. So the least number that have been visited is by boys, right? So the number of students. So this is what we have done. Now what we have to do is we have to make a bar graph of it, right? So let us take a graph paper and make a bar graph, right? So here is the bar graph. So here is the graph paper, and we will draw axis first. So let us draw the axis. Let this be y axis, or let us draw it with, let us draw y axis. It will be here. Okay, and then we have x-axis, so it is like this. Okay, so now what we will do is we will mark them as y and x, and here it is 0. What is the information that we have to depict? Just see here. We have to represent women, men, girls and boys. So we'll make 4 categories here. Okay, in one we will write women, then after leaving one we will write men, in one we will write girls, and in one we will write boys. These are the 4 categories that we have to represent. And how are the numbers like? Just to see, numbers are like 5, 12, 28, 15, like this. So let us take a gap of 5, 5. So the scale would be that 1 unit represents 5 person. Okay, so 5 is here. Here is 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. That's enough for us. So what we are representing on this axis is, we are representing number of people, or we can say person, right? And here we are representing the categories, like whether it belongs to boy category, girls category, which one is this. So for women, okay, so for women, how many do we have? Just to see here, let us see to the graph that we had. For women we had 28. So let us do it. For women, 28. So this is 20, this is 30, so below it will be 28, right? So here we are going to make a bar graph. Bar should be drawn for it, so this will be a bar like this. Clear? So this represents 28 as the number of women. So we will make 28 and that will be somewhere here, so like this. Okay, so we will make like this. Okay, then the next one that we have is men, and in the category of men we have 15 who have visited the store, so we'll mark 15. So where is 15? 15 is here, so here we will be making. This shows us 15, the number of men, right? The next one is girls. How many girls visited the store? Let us see. The number of girls that visited the store is 12. So let us see, it is 10 here and then it will be 12 here. So it is 11. Let us take one more step up. So it will be 12. So this will be the girls. Then the next one is boys, right? And there are 5 boys who have visited the store. So we will make for this 5 we will mark, right? 5 is here, the first one. So this is 5. So what we have done, we represented the data in the tabular form, that is frequency distribution table, and then we have represented it using the bar graph. Clear? So let us move to the next question. Now I hope this one is clear. If you want, let us just repeat it once. So what we have done, the question was like this. Here is the question. This was given as the information, okay, and we had to convert it into a frequency distribution table. So we noted down the categories, right? These were the 4 categories, and then we use the tally marks to represent the information, and then frequency is written here. Then using this information we have drawn this bar graph. Clear? So here is the next question. Here what we have to do is the weekly wages, okay, in rupees of 30 workers in a factory. So this is the wage of 30 workers, right? These are the wages of 30 workers. Using tally marks, make a frequency distribution table with intervals 800 to 810. So we have to take the class interval 10 of the size 10, 810 to 820 and so on, and we have to make a table on it. Right, just a frequency distribution table using the intervals. We don't have to draw anything. The question is just asking us to make a frequency distribution table. Let us draw it out. So let us form one table first for the frequency distribution. So here is the table, right? Okay, so the first one that we have to note down is the classes. So we will write class interval. So I'm just writing class, and then here tally marks. Okay, and the next one that we have to write is frequency. Okay, for class, the first class that is to be taken is 800 to 810, 800 to 810, right? Let us count the students, or I say the workers. Let us count the workers who lie between this category, who lie in this category. So 800 to 810 means we will count from 800. 800 would be included, but 810 won't be included in it, because 810 is the upper size limit that is never included in the class. Lower class limit will always be included. So let us count between 800 to 809, that means 810. Okay, so from 800 if we start, 810 definitely will not be included in this class. So let us start count and try to find out the numbers that are lying between. So 804, yes, one we got. Then 808, second we got. Then do we have any? See carefully. Yes, 806 we have. This is the third one that we got, right? So how many we are getting? 3. So we'll make 1, 2, 3. Clear? Second is 810 to 820. Clear? This is the second one. In this 810 would be included, but not 820. So 810 to 820, let us start counting. 810 would be included. So it is 1. Then these are all more than 820 will not be included. 812, this is the second number that we have got in this category. So there are 2 only in this category. Let us count from 820 to 830. Okay, so 830 definitely will not be included. So let us start counting and see which one we get. 820, that is the first one that we got, 1. Then we have no other, right? So we just have 1 that lie in this category, right? Let us start with the next category, 830 to 840. So in 830 to 840, 830 definitely would be included, but not 840 and the numbers between them. So 830, definitely this is 1, then 2, then we have 3, 4, and then we have 5, 6, right? Then we have 7, 8, 9, and that's all. So we have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Clear? The next one is 840 to 850. Okay, let us start counting for 840 to 850. So 840 would be included. Let us count. So we have the first one as 845, 1. Then second is 845 again, 2. Right? Then we have 843. Then this one 4 and this one 5. So we have 5 workers in this wage group. So we are drawing 5 here, right? The next one is 850 to 860. Clear? 850 to 860. Let us count. 850 to 860. So 850 definitely we will take in case it is there. So we have 860 will not be counted. 855. Yes, this is there, 1. And then in the second line we have all greater numbers. So we just have 1, that is 855. So it is 1 here, 1 here. The next one is 860 to 870. Okay, so from 870 to 870, 860 we will be including in it. Let us see. In the first line we don't have any, or we have 861, and that's all I think. Okay, so we have 1. Then 870 to 880. Let us count. 870 to 880 we have the first line I don't find any, and in the second line we have 878, which is the 1, and from 860 to 870 we have in the first line, like in the first line, see carefully, 860 to 870 we are counting. 890 will not be there. 869, yes, 1 we have. Then we have, okay, let us count it. 869, this is the second one, and let us see more if they are lying in between. 860 to 870. So in the first line we found 869, and then 860, yeah, this is their second, and 868 is third. So there are total 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then 870 to 880 we will count. So from 870 to 880, 870 will be included if we have. So just to see, we have 870 to 880 we have. In the first line there is no one, and in the second one 878, right, this is 1, so 1 only we have, right? So the 2 more categories are left that I am writing here. You have to make the complete table. So I am making it here and not taking another sheet, because the information will be then missing from there. So 880 2, then we have 890. Okay, in this category if we see, we have 880 to 890. So we have 890 will not be included definitely. So we don't have any in the first one. And 885 we have one. We have one left only, 885. So we have one telemark and one is the frequency for it. The last one is 890 to 900. Okay, so 890 to 900, how many do we have? 1, then 2, 3, and the last one is this one, 4. So we have total 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are going to make this data, or you have to write this data all in one table only, and not like I have written 2 categories outside. So it should come into one table only. Clear? So what we have done, we have formed a frequency distribution table. That was question number 3. Now suppose if we are asked to do something, definitely we can represent the data in graphical form. So if you see the next question, okay, here is the next question if you see. So in question number 4, what we have to do, we have to draw the histogram that we have drawn earlier, the frequency distribution table of in the question number 3, and then we have to answer these questions, right? So let us draw the histograms, because why are they asking for histogram? Because we have made class intervals in that, and definitely a histogram can be made. So one thing that we have to keep in mind is we don't have to leave the gaps in between. So let us take one graph. Here is the graph, right? And what we will do is we'll take our axis, right? So let us draw the axis. Let this be our y axis, and then this be our x axis. Clear? So then we are going to just write x and y here, x, and this is y. So what is the information that we will represent on x axis? We'll represent wages here. Okay, and that start from 800, and here we will represent a number. What we will represent here? Number of workers. Clear? So if we start representing, we'll start the class with 800. Right, so the previous classes are missed now. So what we need to do is we need to show a kink, or I say a jagged line, or I say a break line in the starting here. So we will, instead of a line, we'll show a curve like this. Like we will show the jagged line like this, and start from 800. Then next one will be 810. Next one will be 820, 830, then 840, then 850. Then we have 860, 870, 880, then 890, and up to 900. So the first one that we see is 800 to 810, and here we will be showing number of workers, and if we see our answer that the maximum number of workers were 8 in the one category. So we'll do what? We will take up to 10. So let us take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9 will be here, 9, and this is 10. Clear? So from 800 to 810, how many do we have? 800 to 810, we have 3. So let us, make bars. Okay, so making bars now. 800 to 810, we have 3. So 3 is here. We will draw it like this, right? This is the first information that we have depicted. The second class interval, as we see here, is 810 to 820. In that we have 2. So 810 to 820, we will draw a bar like this, right? 820 to 830, just see here, 820 to 830, we have 1, right? So let us make it 1. Clear? Then we have 830 to 840. How many do we have? 830 to 840, we have 9. Let us make 9. 9 is here, right? So it will be made from here. It is 9. Clear? Then what is the next class? 8. This one we have done for 800 to 810. 810 to 20. 20 to 30 we have marked 1. 30 to 40 we have marked 9. 40 to 50 we have 5. So 40 to 50 will be marking at 5. We'll make a bar like this. Right? Now 850 to 860, if we see, we have 1. We have now 1 like this. Okay. Then 860 to 870, if we see, we have 3. So we'll make 3 here like this. Clear? The next one is, actually these graphs would be touching each other. Like if I draw this again, it would be touching it like this, Clear? The next one is 870 to 880. So 870 to 880 we have 1. So 870 to 880 marking 1. Okay. Then 880 to 890 we can see here it is 1. Right? It is 1 here. So 880 to 890 we will again mark 1. Let us make it more proper. So we'll do the both. So we have what? 1 here. Right? And we have 1 here. So it would be like this. Then from 890 to 900 we have 4. So 890 to 900 we will be making 4. So we see 4 is here. It is 3, then it is 4, right? So 4 is here. We'll mark it. So what we have done, we have made one histogram based on the frequency distribution table that we have drawn. So first what we did, we made the frequency distribution table by making the classes, starting the wages from 800 and up to 900, right? So we made classes 800 to 810, then 810 to 20 and up to so on. And based on that we have represented information in the form of a graph also. So we can represent our information in the form of frequency distribution table, and that helps us to form the graph, right? So this is what we had to do in this question number 4. I hope this question is clear to you. Now here is one more question, and this would be the last question for today. So in question number 5, the number of hours for which students of a particular class watched television during holidays is shown through the given graph. Okay, the number of hours for which students of a particular class have watched TV. So hours of TV watched per day is shown on x-axis, and on this y-axis we have shown number of students. Okay, so we have to answer this question based on this histogram. So what we have done before, we have in the previous question, okay, first we draw frequency distribution table, then in the next one with the help of frequency distribution table we were able to draw the histogram, and now we are going to read one of the histogram and answer the questions, right? So just to see here, what are they asking? For how many hours did the maximum number of students watch TV? Maximum students, for how long they have watched the TV? So we see maximum number is here, it is 32, and it is 4 to 5 hours, right? For how many hours? So we will write 4 to 5 hours maximum students have watched TV. Okay, then how many students watched TV for less than 4 hours? So less than 4 hours, it is 22 plus 8, 30 plus 4, 34, right? So there are 34 students who have watched the television less than 4. Clear? Because why I am not taking 4 to 5? In 4 to 5 4 is included, but they are asking for less than 4 hours. So that will 3 to be that the last class would be counted as 3 to 4, because in that 4 hours is not included, but the time more than 3 is included. So the last part that we have to answer is how many students spend more than 5 hours, right? Not 5, more than 5. So more than 5 will be included in 5 to 6 and 6 to 7. So more than 5 hours in watching TV. 8 plus 6, it is 14. We have to add these two. 8 plus 6, 14. So there are 14 students who have watched TV more than 5 hours in that particular time.